Hey guys, Jay here, and today, first of all, I want to share with you guys a build that I am currently playing in PoE. Probably will continue playing this build in a while, after a while, because I am also, jumping on the hype train of Last Epoch. So everyone and their mother, everyone I know in my Discord is like playing Last Epoch. Of course, I will also. That is a fantastic, great game. But before that, I would like to share with you guys this character over here, this beautiful Blade Vortex character with a whole lot of area of effect, as you can see. And also, I would like to, you guys to, pay attention to my energy shield for the whole time that I'm playing this map, and I will explain why shortly when we finish the map. All right, let's see this area have anything. So the playstyle of Blade Vortex, if you have enough area of effect and damage, is pretty nice. You can see I am clearing pretty fast. Granted that this is not very well juiced with Wisp. I bought, I have not collected many Wisps because I see three vendors, and I also buy a charm from one vendor, so not too much juices. And yeah, so that is how the character do in map. This character is not designed to go full-on mapping, by the way, but it can do map pretty well, pretty fast, with AoE clear, with good single target in case you want to bring down the essence mob or the boss map boss. So the character is, first of all, a charge stacking character. I am building around this staff over here, Eagle Pole. So it is a 4 maximum charge staff. It has +2 to maximum power and +2 to maximum endurance. This is very nice stuff that I crafted myself. It's very damn expensive to craft, so I would like to use it. If you want more damage and just a pure Blade Vortex build, then personally I think the Void Battery and then Malachite's Loop is still more damage compared to this staff. But this staff allow you to have, first of all, 2 6-link. So I can actually have an extra 6-linked, in this case in my body armor here, for Penance Brand of Dissipation, the broken skill, and I have a single target skill, so that is very nice. The Blade Vortex can then be just purely for clearing only. If you want to, can have a Val Blade Vortex as well. What level 21, the quality 20, Val Blade Vortex is like 50, 100 divine. It's not worth it, at least in my case. If you build the Void Battery, you probably want Val Blade Vortex to help with single target. So the interesting item in this case is the perfect form here. It has a whole lot of chance to suppress spell damage, and then the minus cold resistant is whatever. But the thing is, it has acrobatics. Acrobatics is a keystone that I think currently nobody is using. It basically cut your spell suppression in half, and then apply it to chance to dodge spell hit. So your suppression, basically, if you want to have maximum of dodge spell which is 75%, you will need a total of 150% chance to suppress spell damage. Currently, with a level 90 character, I am having 73%, so I am only 2% short of max spell dodge, and that can be solved by taking one point over here for some suppress and then some evasion, which is what I am also scaling in this build. Why am I using spell dodge and evasion? So before, there was an era of PoE where everyone building anything on the right side of the tree will take acro and phase acro for dodge and spell dodge along with some evasion, and that is a pretty good defense style of character for a very long time. So since they changed the acrobatic and removed the face acro and add suppression to the game, everybody is going for suppression. So I would like to give this one a try to see how well it does in modern PoE. So basically right now I have 73% chance to dodge spell. I also have 50% chance to block spell damage, and that is without glancing blow. This from the Will Clash helmet with 10 frenzy charge, so it gives a total of 50% chance to block spell damage over there, along with another layer of avoidance. So elusive grant 15% chance to avoid all damage from hit, and we also have, you know, random while we're mapping or while we're doing anything, there will be a time where the elusive first proc on critical strike. It has a massive increased effect. We have 50% increased effect here, and also we are using Badge of the Brotherhood with a 10% roll of increased effect of elusive or per power charge, so it is 100% more. So that is 150% increased elusive effect for 15% chance to avoid damage from hit. That equals to 37.5% chance to avoid all damage from hits at the maximum effect. At minimum effect, it is still 15%. So that on top of dodge, on top of block. Basically, I never get hit by by any spell. As you can see, while I was mapping, there is zero time where the energy shield even dropped whatsoever. Right, so that is for spell hits. For attack, simple. We have evasion, and also we have again the elusive. It works for both spell and attack hit. So we have a ton of just chance to avoid taking damage, and most of the time while mapping I do not take any damage. This character will be best bring into content like Sanctum, Delve. It can push. I think it can push to pretty deep Delve just by mechanically how it works. In Delve, where you push to the very deep level of Delve, the monster basically just one-shot any character because it deals like billions of damage because it is just scaled to infinite. So the only good layer of defense is actually to avoid taking the damage. So this character is very good for Delve. I am not a Delver, I don't like doing Delve, but mechanically it should be like probably the best content for this character. Sanctum is good. What else? Heist, very good. It has very decent movement speed. You can put it to much higher number just simply by changing the flask to have a movement speed roll. I am currently not having any movement speed. This one is not entirely necessary because you avoid taking damage almost 100% of the time, so you do not be shocked, freeze, or ignite anyway. But you know, it's still there. I am still not swapping it out because I'm lazy. I use that along with Storm Shroud, obviously. So right, so that is the character. That is the defensive layers. As you can see, the resistant, I don't even have maximum resistant. So the only thing that is very dangerous to this character is damage over time, and that is why I take Leafy Shade over here. That is also why I have Soul of Arakali over here, so have reduced damage taken from damage over time. This Soul of Shikari. These are my two favorite Pantheon. I take it on almost every build at this point, almost. Right, so anything else? Oh, we have the unaffected by bleeding charm right here, unaffected by bleeding while leeching, and we also have a steel skin. So we have 2 layers of defense against bleeding. Normally we don't even get hit, so even if we get hit, we still have 40% total chance to avoid being bleed. So yeah, long story short, we are very difficult to get bleed, and even if we get bleed, we can still remove it with steel skin. If we are still leeching, if there is anything around for us to leech from, we are unaffected by it, by this charm. This charm is the other thing is AoE. This one is also AoE per charge, but it's per power. It only can roll up to 4%, and I cannot take reflected elemental damage, so I don't have to worry about reflect map. This one have chance to blind, very good. We hit everything very frequently, so blind makes our evasion much better. We are already at very close to 90% evasion. With blind, it is effectively 90%. It is effectively at the maximum possible. Right, we have 5% crit multi per power charge along with this. So yeah, that is a very nice addition to the build. So here we have that which was taken for basically more AoE, and then chaos resistant, some chaos resistant. Militant Faith here is just for inner conviction. We do not take a lot of nodes in this area, so we do not have a lot of devotion, so the roll actually doesn't matter that much. We don't really care about the roll. It gives like probably 20 to 24% increased area damage, but that's it. The mana regen doesn't do anything. We don't even use mana. Inner conviction is what matters. So yeah, just any Militant Fate. I think I bought this one, just the cheapest one on the market that I see with area damage per devotion. If you have one with that is more expensive, it just be area damage and then elemental damage per devotion. It adds a little bit more damage, not too much. The skill tree, so I try to grab first of all the power charges, and then I grab a little bit of life, just this over here, and at this point, these are all the life that I'm having. As you can see, I have only 2,000 life, but since we don't get hit, then that doesn't matter. So yeah, I pretty much get rid of all the life. These are just quite efficient, so I get it. This is efficient because I want to get down here. I want to get the resourcefulness here for suppress, and then this is movement speed, dexterity, which I need, and physical damage, so that scales the damage of the build. We grab Lethe Shade, we grab all the things over here, the caster and crit will over here for the mastery of Unleash. So with Awaken Unleash, we have 5 Blade Vortex stack per cast. This actually becomes 6, I don't know why, but who cares, it worked out. Is it just 5 or 6? It is actually 6, so it is 1 and then 5 additional. I didn't even know that. Alright, so 6 Blade Vortex per cast, so that is why we take this mastery. This one is Impossible Escape, so we can have some note around Magebane here. This is at least currently quite cheap. I got this one for 1 divine. There are still a bunch of them, a few of them, not too many, but because I think everyone is offline and is playing Last Epoch, so around here we take suppress, very nice suppress, and evasion. 1 life node, probably not necessary. I can remove this one and take another suppression point very easily. I think actually I will do it. 1991, that is the year I was born. That is a nice number. I will take that. So there we have a cap dodge spell. Very nice. The important thing here is the increased duration. That is a lot of quality of life for any Blade Vortex build. So the Blade Vortex lasts longer and we have to cast less, so we basically clear faster. Very important 3 increased duration point here. I think you have to take it. Right, on the upper side, Lethe Shade, the suppressed, I take the mastery of 8% chance to suppress while phasing. We are always phasing because we have the Quartz Flask. We use the phase run, Quartz Flask is on Mage Blood. If you don't have Mage Blood, you still have Phase Run, so the uptime of this 8% suppressed spell damage in my character with Mage Blood is 100%. Without it, it's probably still 100%, I believe. We have to take some of the attribute note here to be able to wear all the gear and the gems. So yeah, if you have the attribute somewhere else, you can remove this point. This mastery is to convert physical to lightning. It is the best lightning wheel that we can have because it has multiplier to. This is to lightning skill. Oh, so it works with Penance Brand and Dissipation because it is a physical skill, but it is also a lightning skill. So yeah, and then 100% increased crit chance against shock enemy, which should work all the time. We always crit, so we always shocked. Here I grab the keystone over here that is changed to Inner Conviction. This is Presage for AoE of the Herald of Ice. Militant Faith, Power Charge Wheel, very strong. Take the mastery of 3% damage per charge. We have a total of 27 with the current setup. So 27 times 3, that is 81% increased damage for 1 point. This one is for some cast speed and area of effect. I like area of effect. It works on the Herald skill as well because it is while wielding a staff. Unlike this one, it only works for spell skill, and the Herald is not a spell. Here we have one cluster. The thing that we really want is Doriani's Lesson because this is the only source of life leech that we are currently having in the build. Inspired Oppression and Prismatic Heart are the two other nodes. So this is one combo that makes the Doriani Lesson at the start of the wheel. So just take anything. Basically, you just need this one. The other ones are whatever. We don't even need this. Right. So the duo I am using here is Forbidden Flesh and Flame for Escape Artist. These one are the. This is one divine. This is probably also one divine as well. Yes. This one is the one that gives you ES from ES per 5 evasion. The Trickster node, ES per 5 evasion, and then evasion per ES on your helmet, ES per evasion on your body armor. You have a big evasion body armor like a perfect form here, and that alone gives me like 800 ES. Since we do not get hit often, that is a large amount of hit pool that we can take from a hit that just maybe randomly go through the layers of avoidance that we have, which almost never happen. But that is nice because that is a cheap Forbidden Flesh and Flame that I took up. There is no need for this one. You can use a lot of other ones. Which is also very good. Harsh Stopper is also very cheap and good. The Blind node from Saboteur is also very cheap and good. What else? Basically, any Trickster node beside Swift Killer will be good. Just pick the cheapest one, basically. We go down, we grab the Staff node over here for crits, for some critical strike chance and multi. This is a very nice wheel. Rune Binder because we are using single target with Penance Brand, so 2 Penance Brand can be attached to a target. That basically effectively double the damage for a single target. And this area over here, I take all the reduced mana cost along with the reduced mana cost here and inspiration linked to all the skills. So Penance Brand Dissipation is currently costing 1 mana. I purposely keep it at 1 mana without using the quality on inspiration. For example, if you see here the inspiration support linked to Blade Vortex, it has quality and it reduced the mana cost to 0. If I really want to, I can reduce the mana cost of everything to 0, but that makes me unable to gain inspiration charge, so I lose out on a bunch of damage, crit strike, and more multiplier from the inspiration. So I want to keep it at 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana here. Everything is basically 1 mana. For a non-regen map, we still can cast our skill 95 times before it runs out, and probably you will do that like what, 50 times per map maximum, because you clear very fast. Your main clear skill doesn't cost mana, so yeah, at least that is how I set up. Here, take the charges. Very straightforward. This area, right? Is there anything else that I need to talk about skill tree? Oh, the ascendancy. The ascendancy is deadly infusion, unstable infusion, deadly infusion for power charges, of course. Opportunistic, so damage from critical strike cannot be reflected. This one practically make us not needing this. However, I am actually not having 100% crit chance. Only 94 with Assassin's Mark. It is effectively with all the buff and Assassin's Mark, it is effectively 100%. But just to be extra safe, in case we randomly do a non-critical strike while mapping, then I still take that. We still have a little bit of physical damage left as well, so yeah, that may protect us from physical reflection as well. Right, Mistwalker for elusive, very strong node. Yeah, so that is the character. To end this video, let's actually do a Guardian map. Right. Is there anything that is tier 16? Mesa, tier 16, perfect. Totem, temp chain, unhindered, right. So let's look at the Atlas a little bit. We are running pretty much like almost a MF juice map Atlas with Wandering Path. But I am running destructive play here. Just a little change instead of the altars. Because I'm running for the challenge. So yeah, let's see the damage for a Guardian map. Let's see if I actually have... Oh, and by the way, one layer of defense, a very important layer of defense, is always moving. You can see I do not really take a hit. The ES drop only when I step on degen, I guess. In the mist, there are actually a lot of degen effect, which is bad for the build because we don't have a lot of mitigation toward damage over time and a very low life pool. The only good mitigation we have with damage over time is actually the Lethe shape. Jesus, we just got hit once, probably by a small monster. What is this? Why this? That is tier 1 suppress and nothing else. This map has what? Let me actually see. What does it have? I think I do see that I get hit more. Temp chain, totem, hinder on hit. There is nothing. But the monster doesn't seem to be frozen as often. Maybe too much wisp. Maybe. By the way, the only source of cold damage we are having in order to freeze the enemy is actually just from Hero of Ice. All the other damage is converted to lightning or added as fire. So if the monster is tanky, we do lose out on the freeze. Where we can freeze monster, then that is an extra layer of defense. Alright, so we got one-shotted just randomly. That's okay. That is what we know in advance already. All right. Let's just go ahead and kill the boss. With the penance bar and dissipation, we have an absolute bullshit amount of damage. So, you know. This is pretty wisp. Right here. Just that. Keep it all. Right. So yeah, that is the build. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this build, it is very simple, very straightforward to put together. Oh, I forgot to talk a little bit about skill gems. So penance bar and dissipation, empower, power charge on crit, awakened elemental focus. Basically the gem that is only requirement is the inspiration and the spell gem, and then we have as big of a damage multiplier as possible from a support. This one is actually very big because it has +1 level to physical skill gem, and also it adds 45% of fizz as extra fire. Blade Vortex is with physical to lightning, so we can convert almost 100% of our damage to elemental. Inspiration, Awaken Added Fire again, Awaken Unleash, and Awaken Increased Area of Effect. The area of effect is very nice, not completely necessary, but very nice. Awaken Added Fire is a very fucking cheap for a level 5. Yeah, very fucking cheap for a level 5 Awaken Gem. Unleash is more. Yep, Unleash is the expensive one. If you do not have the money for Unleash, just use a normal Unleash. You have 5 charge instead of 6. No problem. The ring is what is quite interesting in this build. Is 1% chance to suppress per frenzy, movement speed per frenzy, and also 8% evasion per frenzy. This ring I bought for 2 divine. Right now it has only 1 left, that is 25 divine, but if you use a precursor, the limited amount of supply is the problem. So the only thing we actually need is the percent chance to suppress spell damage, which is 2 divine. There's only 2 available on the market. I have another one here, which is 1% to suppress, movement speed, and then 5% increased damage. So basically, the role that I'm looking for is just suppression, because the only thing that I really need to cap out is suppress. And this ring gives me 10% suppress per ring. And of course, I can just touch it to mirror the ring. So yeah, that is basically the thing we do if we want to use 2 precursor. So yeah, why do we use that ring? Because the maximum charge ring is extremely fucking expensive and not necessary at all. The best in slot is +1 power charge, and then suppress per power or suppress per frenzy. Either works, but that doesn't even exist. So yeah, the suppress is actually more important in this build than the 1 maximum power charge. It just gives more damage. Basically, we don't really need more damage. I think we have plenty damage. The Mage Blood is self-explanatory. The Ralakesh is very self-explanatory. It makes us always have all the bonuses from all the charges. We stack a lot of charges, so that is very strong. The Badge of the Brotherhood is anointed with Quick Step over here. The thing that we need to care about in this badge is the 10% increased effect of elusive per power charge. That is the only role that we care about. The anoint is this one. This is a very cheap anoint for 10% chance to suppress. You can just take this one for 15%, but I don't need it, so I prefer 6% movement speed. This one is 12%. Right, long story short, just get the suppress if you don't have maximum yet. If you have maximum suppression, chances are you should have vigor or stamina, because power charge is, endurance charge is actually still very nice. It has some mitigation, so we are less vulnerable to one shot whenever we got some hit that is unluckily going through all the layers of avoidance that we have. Right, Will Clash, very standard power charge stacker helmet. And last but not least, this beautiful thing over here, 7% roll on everything. This have, if you don't know what this is, it has a 7% increased damage per charge. It has 3 of the roll. It's physical damage for endurance, spell damage per power, elemental damage per frenzy. We have 7 power, we have 7 endurance charge, and both of our skill actually are physical. Blade Vortex is physical, Penance Brand is physical, that is convert to lightning. So both of the skill got the benefit from 7 times 7, which is 49% increased damage for 7 endurance charge. And then it has 70% spell damage because we have 10 power, 70% elemental damage because we have 7 frenzy. Extremely strong glove. Even if you don't use a physical skill, it still adds a great amount of damage. The corruption is just something extra, not entirely necessary. For the next couple level of the build, what do I want to get? So basically more damage, I guess. So the thing that can give more damage is, first of all, I would like to go here, grab either the Divine Wrath or maybe grab Divine Judgment. I will have to go to POB and see which one is better. Probably Divine Judgment is better. And then I want to grab the hits have 25% to treat enemy monster and elemental resistant as inverted. This is a very strong one because we do not really reduce the resistance of the monster, at least in this build. I do not have any source of reduced resistance. So far I've not seen a problem, but I think for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level, which is level 96, that is probably the one that I'm going for even more damage. So this can be a very good bosser as well, right? As long as you can avoid all the ground effects. I assume if you're good at the game. I am not good at the game, at least for bossing. I'm not good at the game whatsoever, so yeah, I would not farm bosses. So yeah, that is the build, that is the character. Again, thanks so much for everyone for watching. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. It's very meaningful to me. I pretty much am lost for word right now, but long story short, I need to finish this video and then go ahead and jump on Last Epoch. Absolutely hyped for this game as well. PoE is a great game, but we all eventually got burnt out at some point. So Last Epoch is the perfect one to change, to have a fresh new start. Basically, D4 is bad. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.